Hey guys, I wanted to make a video to take you back to when I first started bodyweight training to share the exact exercises that built the foundation for everything I can do now. If you're new to calisthenics, you might be wondering, where do I even start? I had the same question. And while there are a million exercises out there, these are the three that worked best for me when I was beginning my calisthenics journey. I'm not saying these are the only exercises you should do, but they're the ones that carried me forward. I'll also share toward the end of the video how I structure them into a full workout so you have something tangible to follow. When I first began, my main focus was balance. And I'm not talking about standing upright or balancing on my hands. I mean in training my front, back, and my lower body equally. For me, that meant a pushing movement, a pulling movement, and a leg movement. Building all three together gave me a strong base. It meant my progress wasn't lopsided, and it set me up to move into more advanced skills later on. Exercise number 1 was the classic push-up. Like a lot of people, my first step was push-ups. Nothing fancy, just the standard floor push-up. I kept my hands about shoulder-width distance apart and focused on what felt right for my body. At first, I couldn't do as many reps as I wanted. I didn't have the strength, but I didn't get discouraged. Instead, I made performing the movement easier by elevating my hands. Sometimes I used a low bar at a park, other times I used a countertop or the back of a couch at home. The main thing was that it was a stable surface, so I could focus on moving well. What I learned quickly is that it's not about how many push-ups you can crank out, it's about performing the movement well. Early on, I was chasing numbers. 10 reps became 20, then 30, then 40. But my range of motion and control were not great. So I slowed down, I worked on fully locking out at the top, and lowering until my chest nearly touched the ground, with pauses along the way. Eventually, I could do push-ups super fast and painfully slow, even 10-second single reps. That's when I knew I had mastered the movement. Before I moved on to harder push variations, I made sure I could own every inch of the rep. Exercise number 2 were rows. The secret to my pull strength. While push-ups were my push foundation, rows were my pull foundation. And honestly, I think rows are underrated. When I started, I could already squeeze out a couple of pull-ups, but they were ugly. All arms, no back. Rows fixed that. They taught me how to actually use my lats, rhomboids, and traps, and to pull with my back instead of just my arms. If you're not ready to row with your body almost parallel to the ground, you can make them easier, as I did when I first started. At a park, for example, use a higher bar. If you're at the gym, a Smith machine works great since you can set the bar at any height. Keep your feet on the ground, pull your chest to the bar, and lower under control. Once I could do 15 clean reps, I slowed them down and added holds at the top. That mind-muscle connection I built with rows, that connection has carried over to my pulling strength in everything else I do now. The third exercise was a lower body game changer. For legs, I went with plain old bodyweight air squats. I didn't overthink it. I started with sets of 10 and worked my way up to 50 and just kept going. I wasn't super mobile in the beginning. I couldn't squat all the way down without feeling tight. So I worked with what I had, going as low as I could while staying comfortable. Over time, just doing the movement consistently loosened things up. And here's the cool part, as my squat strength went up, my endurance went up too, and that carried over to better performance in push-ups and rows. And this is how I put it all together. Here's the basic workout plan that started it all for me. Push-ups, 3 sets of 10 to 20 reps per set, or as many clean reps as possible. Inverted rows, 3 sets, staying within the 8 to 15 rep range, or as many clean reps as possible. Bodyweight squats, 3 sets of 15 to 50 reps, depending on current level. For me, I'd rest just enough to catch my breath and then move on. 60 to 90 seconds between sets. Over time, I added more sets, slowed the reps down, and worked on holding positions. I did this workout 2 to 3 times per week and gave myself at least 48 hours recovery between training sessions. I can honestly say that mastering these 3 movements gave me a foundation that I still use today. Even now, after learning more advanced calisthenic skills, push-ups, rows, and squats still show up in my training. They're timeless. If you're starting out, my advice from one person who's been there is to focus on these basics until you can do them really, really well. Once you've got that solid base, the door to harder progressions swings wide open. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you found this beneficial. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.